Hello everyone, this is a course to learn the basics of C programming language. Today, we are going to practice using what we have learned so far. We are going to make a program that print Christmas tree, triple tree, and decorated tree. Let's start with the Christmas tree. First, we will create a program that prints asterisk in a tree shape. If you look at the given example, you can see the number of asterisk increases in this way, once in the first row and twice in the second row. Think about the loops that we studied in Lecture 3. Pause the video for a moment and try to solve the problem. If necessary, watch the previous video and review it. Now, let's look at the example together. First, in the top of the code, there is a loop that determines how many lines of the tree will be printed. In this example, the loop is executed 6 times, resulting in 6 lines of tree. The second for statement determines how many times you want to print asterisk. Maybe you noticed that this was not a perfect Christmas tree. Rather, it was a half tree. So, let's make a full Christmas tree. Compared to before, it's a little difficult this time. First of all, you need an empty space to make the shape of the tree. Think about how much do we need for an indentation for each level of tree. Did you print out the Christmas tree well? If you print it out well, you will get a good present this Christmas. Similar to the previous one, the first loop is a condition for deciding how many lines of the tree to be printed. However, unlike before, a loop that outputs a space has been added this time. This example would have increased the understanding of the repetition sentence. Now, let's move on to triple tree. This time, it is a problem to make a triple tree using the Christmas tree implemented earlier. Let's find the repetitive form and implement it as a loop. If you have had enough time to solve it alone, let's solve the problem together. First, I will make the first tree. The first for statement is aimed at the first tree. There are 2 loops in it. The first loop is to output a tree in the middle of the screen by printing a space, and the second loop is to output an asterisk in the shape of a tree. If you have printed all of the first tree, let's print a new line and move on to the next tree. You can also make the second and third trees in the same way as the first tree. Always be careful about the scope of the for statement and indentations to solve the problem. Finally, it prints Merry Christmas. I printed a lot of new lines to print them out beautifully. So, we completed the triple tree like this. Many loop statements were used to create this tree. When you use a lot of for statements, make sure you don't miss out on empty spaces and indentations. Until now, the tree consisted of asterisk only, but we want a more fancy tree. This time, we will make a decorated tree. So we are going to make a Christmas tree like the following picture. Express the leaves of the Christmas tree with the asterisk symbol. You want to decorate the top of the tree with a star shape. I will use O for decoration symbols and add decoration randomly. Get an input of level of tree from user and generate decorated tree. Good job until last part. This time, the time.h header file is added first. Then, we ask how many tiers you want to make the Christmas tree and print the stars in the appropriate location according to the tree tiers. And at each end of the tree, we will use a loop to express the leaves and decorative symbols. At this time, you can use the rand function to decide whether to output leaves or decorative symbols at random and output the value determined using the switch statement. You did a great job until the end. Now you know the basics of C. Thank you for watching.